Some expensive food at Disney World is totally worth it, and some is just not. We've tried it all, and we're ranking the pricey dishes you should shell out your extra cash for and the ones you can probably skip. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. And from caviar to Wagyu, the most expensive room service, and a once-in-a-lifetime meal, we've tried it all, and now we're ranking it all. We know you're probably not going to dine on all of the most expensive food in Disney, so we're narrowing it down to what you should try if you've got the extra cash to burn or you want a special event meal. All right, number 11, the Oxtail Soup at Monsieur Paul in Disney World, France. And that's over in Epcot's World Showcase. So this soup has rave reviews. People love it, but I still don't get it. So this is oxtail soup, which is soup made from literal cow tails and sold for $29 a bowl. Yes, for a single appetizer bowl of soup. Oxtail broth with braised beef, vegetables, and black winter truffles are covered in puff pastry. And this is one of those high-end, but probably not for everyone dishes. It definitely wasn't for me at that price point. Now, I'm a big soup fan. I have no problem with the oxtail situation, but $29 for a bowl of soup, even if there are black winter truffles in there, does not make sense to me and my particular palate. Now, Monsieur Paul's is fine dining. It's a signature restaurant in the Epcot France Pavilion, and it has some fabulous French dishes on the menu. It doesn't often make our list of the best signature restaurants in Disney World, but there is some steep competition on that list. So the oxtail soup often gets rave reviews from the people who've tried it, so if you want to try some traditional upscale French fare, go for it and let us know what you think. All right, number 10, the Enchanted Rose Lounge Caviar. So you're expecting caviar to be expensive, but you probably don't expect a $100 item to be on a bar and lounge menu in Disney World. Well, the Enchanted Rose Lounge is located at the Grand Floridian Resort, and it is a bit more upscale than many bars around Disney World. They have cocktails made tableside, an artisanal cheese board, and a $95 plate of white sturgeon caviar with all the traditional accompaniments. The caviar arrives as a full, just opened glass jar served on ice with egg timbale, creme fraiche, chives, and toasted bread, along with a hefty price tag. This is a good spot to stop if you're having drinks before a super fancy dinner like a Victorian Albert's, which is coming up on this list as well. But if you're not a caviar fan, the menu also has some delicious truffle fries for $14 that migrated over from Citrico's, which we would almost always order over caviar. All right, number 9 is the Tomahawk at Topolino's Terrace. Topolino's Terrace is at the Riviera Resort, and it offers one of Disney World's newest signature meals. The dinner menu features house-made pastas, bouillabaisse, and tomahawk, and we couldn't pass up any of them during our first meal there. The tomahawk veal chop with potato, torpedo onion gratin, and lemon veal juice is $52. It's one of the more expensive entrees in Disney World. Now, it's not currently on the menu as the restaurant is operating on a shortened menu right now, but this dish was truly delicious. It was perfectly cooked and had an excellent flavor, and the cheesy oniony potatoes were the perfect pairing. This is comfort food at its finest at a rather high-end restaurant. Now, the price tag is significant, but the cut at Tomahawk is substantial. This was worth the price in our Disney Steakhouse context opinion. Number 8 is the Oga's Cantina Beer Flight. So inside Oga's Cantina in Galaxy's Edge, you'll find one of the most expensive beer flights around. It's $85. And this, of course, is going to be on both coasts, Disneyland and Disney World. Now, this isn't super expensive beer. You're paying for the souvenir cup here, and you can't get the flight without purchasing the flight board too. The flight board is cool, especially if you're a diehard Star Wars fan, and the flight glasses are Rancor teeth, but you don't need to fight one beneath Jabba's palace to get a set of its teeth. You just need to pony up $85. There are a few other souvenir mugs at Oga's, though you can usually get those drinks without purchasing the mug if you ask. But for some reason, this beer flight can only be purchased with the pricey souvenir cups. Again, very cool if you're a Star Wars fan and if you've been searching for some new barware. Otherwise, we'd probably spend our money on something else on this list. Number 7 is the Lobster at Narcoossee's. Now, Narcoossee's is located right on the water at the Grand Floridian Resort. If you time it right, and fireworks are back, and once this restaurant is open again, of course, you get a great out-of-the-park view on the Magic Kingdom fireworks. The menu is seafood heavy, And you'll find some steak dishes as well, along with one of the most expensive dishes in Disney World, a $72 steamed lobster. Honestly, one of our DFB team members ordered this dish while using the Disney dining plan in a challenge to see just how much value you can get out of the plan, basically ordering the most expensive things on the menu. It was, however, very good, but out of pocket, probably not what we would pick. Number 6 is that pricey drink you need the whole gang for. So shareable drinks can be expensive, but they may actually come out to be a pretty good deal if you're splitting it with the right number of people, though everyone has to agree on the same drink. So at the Edison, you can get some of their signature cocktails served in a very large punch bowl that serves a very large group for $100. We were told it served 10 drinks, but it seemed more like it would serve 10 people multiple drinks when we had it, so perhaps our server misspoke. While the price might seem like a lot, when you consider that an individual cocktail costs somewhere in the $12 to $18 range usually in Disney World, knowing you can share this amongst your party, the price tag might not be too steep. There are plenty of other places around Disney to get cocktails for 2 or more people, and over in Disneyland at Trader Sam's, the OG Trader Sam's, they introduced the Sea Monster's Embrace in early 2019. This punch bowl drink serves 2 or more guests, just like the Aoa and the Nautilus, and this shareable cocktail comes in at $58, but that includes the souvenir cup. Unlike that beer flight at Oga's, you can order the drink without the cup to save some cash. If you and your group were thinking about ordering the same cocktail anyway, these shareable drinks can actually be a good deal even if they have a pretty hefty price tag. But note that over at the Edison, if you order the punch bowl, each of you get your own cup, but the shareable drinks over at Trader Sam's, you're actually all kind of sipping out of the same drinkware. You just each have your own straw, so it might be a little bit more sanitary to do the punch bowl situation. All right, number 5 is Wagyu Beef. Okay, Wagyu Beef is going to be the primo piece of beef you can get, and there are only a few places to get this pricey dish in all of Disney World. At Morimoto Asia, you can get the Wagyu by the ounce with a 3-ounce minimum at $23 an ounce, so it's going to cost you at least, in the $75 range. Currently, it's not on the menu, but this is a signature item at the restaurant, so it will likely be back for your beef splurges in the future. You can also get Wagyu at Takumite in Epcot once it reopens. It's featured twice on the menu at just over $100 a plate. Teppanyaki upstairs in Epcot's Japan Pavilion, which just reopened, also has a Wagyu upcharge option. You can add on a 4-ounce A5 cut for $79. And of course, you can get Wagyu at Victorian Albert, the AAA 5-diamond restaurant in the Grand Floridian. You'll be spending $235 just to get in the door at Victorian Albert. To try their Australian Kobe-style beef, you can upgrade to Wagyu for an extra $60. If crazy expensive beef isn't on your Disney splurge list yet, you might want to consider it. The Wagyu at Morimoto Asia is one of the best steak dishes we've had in all of Disney World. All right, number 4 is a must-do cruise splurge. Disney cruises may still be on hiatus for the time being, but I'm still dreaming about the amazing dinner I had at Remy. Like most cruises, dining is included in a Disney cruise. However, there are a few locations that cost an additional fee and need to be reserved ASAP, preferably before you set sail. Dinner at Remy is the most expensive upcharge. It's an additional $125 per person or $230 with a wine pairing, but it is a highly recommended splurge. Remy is French fine dining with a menu crafted by Chef Scott Hunnell of Victoria and Albert over in the Grand Floridian Resort, and Chef Arnaud Lallemand, which I probably said totally wrong. So please let me know in the comments how I'm supposed to pronounce it. We will spell it out for you right here. He is a 3 Michelin-starred chef who is clearly at the top of his game, and he was named one of the 10 best chefs in the world. So somebody please tell me how to say that name. Now, dinner here is a multi-course feast that begins with champagne and includes a gourmet cheese trolley. Everything begins with the specialty Colette cocktail, which is a combo of ingredients including champagne. And with the addition of dried fruit at the end, the bubbles begin to sparkle. That's all done tableside. From there, you can choose your own adventure, or at least you can choose your menu, which is basically an adventure for us here at DFB. Now, the 2 menus are saveur or goût. Now, Chef Hunnell developed the goût menu, which means taste, and Chef Lallemand developed the saveur menu, which means flavor. Sorry if I'm butchering those terms. In-season ingredients are sourced from around the world. Now, don't freak out if you don't like something on one of the menus. There are some opportunities to sub some things out. That said, it may not be as easy and all-encompassing as you'd expect when you're spending this much money. I did end up with the chef de cuisine coming out to our table because he didn't like one of my requests. Now, we ended up coming to a compromise and it was mostly in fun, but they are serious about their food at restaurants like this, so make sure that you are as well if you're going to be dropping this kind of cash. Overall, this is a truly lovely experience. I've been to Remy twice now, and I would continue to recommend it. All right, number 3 on our list of the most expensive Disney food is the special occasion meal. All right, it's finally time to talk about Victoria and Albert's itself. It is not at number 1 on our ranking list, but it is at number 3. Victorian Albert's at the Grand Floridian is an experience, not just a meal. It's 10 to 12 courses served in intimate dining rooms with impeccable service. Pricing starts at $235 per person, and there's also an optional wine pairing for an additional $150. And there's also an even more exclusive, though oddly more relaxed, chef's table experience where you'll get to watch the kitchen prepare your dishes. There's only one chef's table seating per night, but if you can snag that reservation, we highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite experiences in all of Disney World. I'm sure you guys have heard me blah blah about it before. Now, if you book at Victoria and Albert's, you'll get a phone call ahead of time to ensure they're aware of any allergies or likes and dislikes. You can customize your menu a little bit, but not too much. Maybe I've told you guys this before, but on my first visit to V&A, my companion requested we be served plastic cheese because he knew it was my favorite. Now, the chef decided that was impossible to serve at a place like this, but she made me a glorious fondue instead, which I was absolutely fine with. So it never hurts to ask, but try to respect the restaurant when you do. You're going to need to book Victoria and Albert's far in advance, though, especially that chef's table, as soon as reservations open. Seating is very limited. It's a highly sought-after reservation, and if you want that chef's table, make sure you make that reservation as soon as you can. Now, V&A is not currently open, and there's no scheduled reopening date yet, though we hope to see it return soon, as it's truly an incredible experience and the ultimate in special occasion dining at Disney World. All right, number 2 is the most expensive room service meal. Now, you're starting to get a feel for my palate when you see that very expensive caviar is listed way down at the bottom of our list, but room service is up at the top. This is another one of those high price tag, but potentially totally great deal options. Room service is notoriously expensive in Disney World, but for this meal, you're not spending $25 for a cold cut sandwich, though you do have to be staying at the Polynesian Village Resort to get it. The Twilight Feast is basically Ohana dinner brought straight to your room. Now, Ohana is a beloved restaurant in the Polynesian Village Resort that people absolutely adore. It's booked up far in advance, and it has a family-style meal. And so basically the Twilight Feast means you can have that whole family-style meal in your own room at the Polynesian Village Resort instead of having to go to the restaurant. Here you get chicken wings, delicious Ohana noodles, shrimp and beef skewers, dumplings, and of course Ohana bread pudding. Now it's $60 on its own, which is about $20 over the cost of dinner at Ohana, and these dishes aren't all you can eat when you get them in your room. The plates are brought to your room and that's it, no asking for seconds, whereas at Ohana, you can ask for seconds and thirds and fourths, however much you want. The portions, however, are huge, which makes it easy to split between 2 or 3 people in your room, which is why it can be an amazing deal. $60 for a non-endless Ohana noodle is a little too expensive if it's just for one person, but if you're splitting it and 2 people are getting Ohana dinner for $30 each, that's kind of a steal. Now, here's a very important tip. Remember to order ice cream for your bread pudding. It doesn't automatically come with it, and you're not going to have the Ohana experience without it. If you order ice cream, you will get a pint of Haagen-Dazs vanilla with your room service meal. Costs a little extra, but it's worth it. Okay, and here we are at the number 1 most expensive Disney food experience ever, and that's that once-in-a-lifetime 21 Royal. Club 33 in Disneyland may be all the rage. And for those who don't know what Club 33 is, it's an exclusive members-only restaurant in Disneyland, and they actually have exclusive members-only lounges in Disney World as well for Disney World Club 33 members. But did you know you can actually spend an entire evening with a full multi-course meal and cocktail hour in Walt's apartment in Disneyland? Yes, 21 Royal is the former Disneyland Dream Suite and the space that was intended to be Walt's second apartment, above Pirates of the Caribbean. Until 2007, it was home to an art gallery, and you could book a dessert package to view Fantasmic from the balcony. And in 2015, you could win a night stay there. But now it's only available to be reserved for an exclusive dinner reception at $15,000 for 12 people, or $1,250 per person for a 5-hour ultra-exclusive experience. Now, this includes valet parking at the Grand Californian Resort, park hopper tickets for all, an elaborate 7-course meal with gratuity, tax, wine pairings, and cocktails included. You get to explore the apartment before dinner, watch Phantasmic after from a location few people are ever going to see. Plus, the food itself is exceptional and the service is out of this world. We have a full video review on 21 Royal, so be sure to watch that next. Now, this is by far the most expensive Disney meal I have ever had, obviously. And if you know 11 other people who are willing to drop a mortgage payment on an unforgettable evening, I'd say go for it. This evening is definitely what you make of it, though. The people you're with are really what makes it worth it, so make sure you're going with your ride or dies. Now, we did say most expensive. A lot of these meals and dishes are truly once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, but if you're going to drop that kind of cash, we want you to be informed. At Disney Food Blog, we're always reviewing our dining experiences to help you decide where to spend your money in the Disney parks and on the Disney Cruise Line. If you're traveling to Disney World soon and you need help making dining decisions, pick up a copy of our Guide to Disney World Dining ebook. You'll find it over on dfbstore.com, and it's filled with planning and budgeting tips, reviews, and suggestions on every restaurant at Disney World. It packs literally decades of Disney experience into one guide. Your purchase helps support what we do here at Disney Food Blog, and to thank you, we've got a code just for our YouTube viewers. Be sure to enter code YouTube at checkout for a discount on that guide and any of our other guides and bundles. Now, we know many of you are looking for a great proposal opportunity, something that's really going to make an evening special for your loved ones. If you're celebrating something, maybe somebody's graduating, maybe somebody's finishing their chemo treatments, maybe somebody got a new job. So these are all some great ways to celebrate with your family, with your loved ones, and maybe embark on an entirely new experience together if you are planning a proposal. So hopefully our thoughts here have helped you make a decision. But no matter what you're celebrating, even if you're just celebrating Tuesday because you're at Disney World and you're so happy to be there, we're glad to be here to share it with you. Thank you guys for listening and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.